The fluorescent lights of Westridge High School flickered overhead as Nathan Kwan kept his gaze fixed on the worn linoleum floor. The hallway felt endless, a corridor of whispered insults and hostile glances he had to brave once again. At 15, Nathan wasn't particularly tall, just under 5 feet 6 inches, with a slightly pudgy build that his mother still endearingly called baby fat. His hoodie draped over his frame like a defensive cloak, and his thick, dark hair hung over his brow, hiding eyes that rarely met anyone else's. It had been 17 days since the Kwan family left Singapore for the sleepy American suburb of Willow Creek. 17 days of isolation, of being the outsider. Back home, Nathan had been someone, respected, even feared. But here, he was nobody. And that, according to his parents, was the point. A fresh start, his father had declared on the flight. No fighting. No tournaments. Focus on school. 8 years of training is enough, his mother had agreed. There's more to life than combat. 8 years since his uncle had taken him to the dojo at age 7. 8 years of sweat, calluses, bruises, and silence turned to strength. The youngest junior champion in mixed martial arts Singapore had seen in decades, and now, a ghost. The warning bell rang, stirring the student body into motion. Nathan hugged his textbooks to his chest and sped up, hoping to slip into Mr. Pendleton's physics class before. Well, if it isn't Jet Li Jr., a voice called out behind him. Snickers followed. Nathan didn't need to look to know who it was. Landon Bryce. Tall, built like a linebacker, and leader of the school's football pack. Landon had made it his mission to remind Nathan daily that he didn't belong. Nathan kept walking, shoulders tensing. His instructor's voice echoed in his mind. Center yourself. Breathe from your core. Awareness precedes action. Hey, I'm talking to you, Bruce, Landon taunted. A hand slammed down on Nathan's shoulder, spinning him hard enough that his physics book dropped with a thud. Behind Landon stood his shadows, Ryder, all brawn and zero brains, and Kellen, all smirk and cruelty. Sorry, Nathan muttered, stooping to pick up his book. Same routine. Say nothing. Stay invisible. Don't engage. 8 national medals gathered dust under his bed while he bowed to a boy who'd never faced a real opponent. Soey, Landon mocked, faking a bad accent. Man, did they not teach you to fight back in wherever you're from? You have no idea what I've been taught, Nathan thought. Maybe he's waiting for his kung fu movie moment, Kellen sneered, throwing a cheesy air kick. Laughter burst out. Nathan said nothing. Just leave me alone, he said quietly. Landon stepped in front of him. Or what? You gonna cry on me, panda boy? For the first time, Nathan looked him straight in the eye. Something shifted. Landon hesitated. Just for a second. Then he shoved Nathan hard into the lockers. Same time tomorrow, Bruce Lee. Maybe bring us some fried rice, huh? They swaggered off, leaving Nathan alone in the hallway, heart steady, breath even. 8 years of discipline held his body in check. He picked up his books and walked into class, already knowing he was late, already expecting a detention slip. This isn't who you are, a voice whispered inside. This isn't who you're meant to be. But he had promised his parents. The cafeteria was its own jungle. Nathan had scoped it out like a battlefield, selecting his territory. Back corner, nearest exit, no direct line of fire. He moved at precise timing 7 minutes after the bell to avoid the crush. Except today, someone was in his spot. Leah Tran, quiet honors student, sat there absorbed in a thick physics book, dark hair tied in a no-nonsense ponytail. She glanced up, noticed his hesitation, and slid her books aside. A silent offer. Thanks, he said, setting down his tray. Free country, she replied, barely glancing up. They ate in companionable silence until the cafeteria's energy shifted. Landon had arrived. Leah scoffed. His dad's the principal. That's why he acts like he owns the school. Nathan paused, fork midair. Principal Bryce? Explained a lot. Landon's voice boomed. Yo, Kwan, making moves on Leah? Didn't know she liked dumplings. Heads turned. Leah's face flushed. Ignore him, she muttered. But Landon approached. Seriously, Leah? You into sumo dropouts now? Some of us value intelligence, Leah shot back. You should try it. His smirk disappeared. Watch your mouth, nerd. Maybe your boyfriend needs a lesson in English. Or Mandarin. Ching chong, right? Gasps echoed. Nathan's fist curled. Center yourself. I understand you perfectly, Nathan said evenly. I just don't think you're worth responding to. Landon fumed. Then he dumped Nathan's chocolate milk all over his tray. Laughter roared. Leah handed him napkins. They're jerks. All of them. Nathan nodded silently. Something inside him had snapped. Not in rage. In clarity. That night, he cleared space in his room and trained. For the first time since moving, he moved through his forms. The kata grounded him. The strikes flowed. This was who he was. On Monday, he dressed deliberately. No hoodie. Fitted t-shirt. Jeans that fit. His mom raised a brow but said nothing. No fighting, his dad reminded. I won't start anything, Nathan thought. But I might finish it. Classes passed. Leah blinked at his new look. Better than the ghost act. Then lunch came. Landon, waiting. Look who dressed like a real boy, Landon mocked. Nathan approached, stopping exactly 6 feet away. You got something to say, Quan? Yeah. Walk away. Find someone else. Or no one. A crowd formed. Landon shoved him hard. Nathan didn't move. He smiled. That was a mistake. The punch came fast. But Nathan was faster. A sidestep, a wrist grab, and Landon slammed into the lockers. Gasps. Landon roared and charged. Nathan flowed like water. A sweep. A pivot. Landon was on the ground, gasping. Ryder charged. 2 swift strikes and his arm went numb. Kellen raised his hands. I don't want trouble. Silence. Then cheers. Landon, still on the floor, glared. You think this is over? It is for me, Nathan said. I'm done being your punching bag. Applause. Leah appeared beside him. That was, wow. Where did you learn that? Singapore. 8 years. And you let him mess with you all this time? I made a promise. No fighting. Looks like you kept it. Until now. The principal's office was inevitable. Nathan explained himself calmly. He pushed me. I defended myself. Landon interrupted. Principal Bryce cut him off. Lisa entered with a tablet. Evidence. Weeks of bullying. Security footage. Student videos. Principal Bryce dismissed his son. Mr. Quan, he said, rubbing his temples, 1-day detention. Non-negotiable. But your record will reflect the full story. And Jackson and his friends will face consequences. Then, softer, ever consider joining the wrestling team? Nathan hesitated. School sport. Acceptable. I'd like that, sir. Good. Coach Bennett will be thrilled. Leah met him in the hallway. Detention. 1 day. And I'm on the wrestling team. Of course you are. Former wrestler principal? Makes sense. Outside, students approached, thanking him, sharing stories. Nathan realized he hadn't just defended himself. He'd become something bigger. That night at dinner. Fighting already? His father asked, disappointed. They started it. I finished it. And I'm on the wrestling team. It's school sanctioned. His parents exchanged glances. His father finally sighed. No fighting outside of school activities. That's the rule. I can live with that. He messaged his uncle. Wrestling team. Reply. Proud of you. Balance in all things. Balance. At last. By the next day, everything had changed. Landon kept his distance. Students approached with respect, curiosity. Even Principal Bryce, in private, acknowledged Nathan's skill. Coach Bennett tested him. Was impressed. You're the real deal. Welcome to the team. Later, Nathan passed Landon in the hallway. Quan, Landon muttered. Bryce, Nathan nodded. A pause. Where'd you learn that move? Landon asked. 8 years. 3 disciplines. Good luck with wrestling. Not an apology, but something. Outside, Leah waited by the bike rack. Bubble tea? Downtown spot. Supposed to be legit. Nathan smiled. I've been craving boba for weeks. As they walked away, he looked back at the school. It no longer felt like a prison. It felt like a place he could belong. Not by changing who he was, but by showing who he had always been.